Hey, Scott Klaum here. We are back in the kitchen, and I've got a quick tip for you about what to do with your extra citrus fruits, particularly limes and lemons. Now, if like me, you will often get suckered into those deals when you head to the grocery store and you need a single lime for something you're doing, a single lemon because you need the juice for a recipe or something. But hey, it's a steal, right? You get 5 for $1, and you figure, I'm going to find something to do with these lemons, these limes, and you bring them home and they just turn into hard little brown, disgusting fruit in your fridge, and you end up tossing them in the compost or the trash. And there's a much better way to use up all of that fruit, particularly if you're purchasing a lot. You're going to be doing something with, you're going to do a lot of zesting. You're going to take a lime and you need to use the zest, or particularly a lemon, or if you're going to be using the peel and candying it, you end up essentially with the whole fruit left over, and unless you've got a recipe at hand or something that you're going to be using the juice for, it's going to go to waste. But this is going to allow you to keep that juice around so that you have it on hand whenever you need it. You're not going to go running out to the store just to pick up a single lime or a single lemon. And all you need is this, an ice cube tray. All right, I have to say, I'm a little perplexed by this particular ice cube tray. When I ended up getting a refrigerator that produced ice on demand for me, I think I tossed all of the trays I had except this one, and I don't think I've seen any quite like this before. You seem to have your choice of very large cubes or very petite cubes, but that can sometimes be a challenge if you're trying to measure out the juice and figure out exactly how much you're doing. But really, doesn't matter what your ice cube tray looks like. This works just fine. So all you're going to do is juice your fruit, okay? We're going to take a lime here. I've got a couple of limes. Take something to put your fruit juice in, right? And I happen to have one of these handy juicers. I think it was given to me as a gift. It's a fun little gadget, particularly if you're going to be doing a lot of citrus juicing all at once, but really it's unnecessary. If you got 2 of these, really you only need one. Get that hand action going, and you can squeeze these down just fine. But I'm going to use the juicer here. And you may only get enough juice to fill up a couple of these cubes. In your tray, but you really can't beat having fresh juice like this on hand, when you need it for a recipe. And one thing that I like to do with limes and lemons both is just slice them up, into little wedges and stick them in the fridge to have on hand so that you can just put them in some ice water. It's a nice way to stay hydrated and keep it tasting kind of interesting. But you can also do the same once you've frozen your juice. Just take one of these cubes out of the freezer and pop that into your drink of choice as well. All right, see, I gotta say, this thing is unnecessary, but really quite helpful because you get a lot of the juice out. I gotta say, if you can do that with your bare hands, I'm impressed. All right, last one. I sort of had half of the lime here. All right. Okay, we got our juice. And this is just going to go right in the freezer. This is not rocket science, right? You can make ice cubes in your freezer. You can do this with your juice. And here's an example Once they're done, you just pop them out, and I've got lemon juice here, you know, from having a bunch of extra lemons on hand. You just take them out and defrost them whenever you need, you know, quarter cup, half cup or something of lemon juice for a recipe. And speaking of gadgets, all right, there's one thing I got to show you. This is like, I was thinking about peeling all of the fruits if you're going to be, you know, actually really taking the peels and doing something with them. Find yourself one of these. I cannot tell you the amount of time and aggravation that I've been saved using one of these. If you want to be a true kitchen ninja with the gadgets, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's essentially just got a tiny little, I wouldn't even call it a blade, but it's just got a little sharp protrusion there. You stick this guy on your finger, all right, like this, and then when you've got your fruit, all you need to do is hold the fruit and just essentially round your hand around it, and it scores right through very nicely for you. I mean, lemons, limes, if you have a, you know, serious phobia of scurvy and you're just eating oranges by the pound, it's a lot easier to just peel after you score with something like this. So score the fruit, that is. You're going to score the fruit with one of these. Okay? I would not advise using this for any other purpose. All right, that, my friends, wraps up a quick tip for what to do with your limes, your lemons, and any other citrus fruit that you feel like, so that you have fresh juice on hand and you're not wasting good produce. Hope you put this to good use, and I'll see you next time.